Okay, this is day 2 of the Duxford Airshow. I came up yesterday, it was atrocious weather, and I decided to come back again on the Sunday because I only live half an hour down the road. And the weather is looking much more promising today. We've got very high cloud cover. We've actually got blue in the sky now as well, so it's looking very good. We're about 10 minutes or so, 10 to 15 minutes before the start of the Airshow. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get some shots with a big camera. So I'm going to put a 70 to 200mm lens on the Canon 5D SR. Not the best camera for fast moving objects, the 5D, but the reason I'm using it is because we are on a bit of wasteland, which is quite a distance from the, well, I say quite a distance, it's about 1.5 to 2 miles from the airfield, so I want to give myself the ability to crop the images if necessary. So, but it does pose its own problems using a full frame 50 megapixel camera, because the camera shake is exaggerated the closer the pixels are together on the lens. I do have a 60D that I've used to shoot aircraft in the past, but I thought we'd try with the 5D, you know, a bit of a challenge really to try out. Okay, the Airshow is just about to start, and although you won't be able to see them, there's a group. I'll have a look. I don't think you can see them in the camera. They look like, if you can, they might look like a bunch of little flies, but there's a number of tiger moths that are in the 100 formation for the 100th anniversary of the RAF, which is a very nice touch, and they opened the show with the same yesterday. So it's I didn't have the camera set up yesterday, so I was in the middle of setting up the camera when somebody said, well, my son said to me that they're coming over in the shape of 100, so that's very nice. And also the Red Arrows are likely to do their 100. They write 100 in the sky in smoke, which is pretty cool. I've seen it a couple of times already this year at different air shows, and it's you think, wow, they can do all that with those aircraft. So, you know, it's just amazing what they can do with them. So that's the unmistakable sound, possibly picture if you saw it, of the BAE Typhoon or Eurofighter. So that wasn't the first on today. The first on today was the Tiger Moths, which just landed over there. Rather strangely, they didn't land at Duxford, they've landed at an airfield over there. And we have the Eurofighter on now. I'm going to try and get some pictures of it for you. So I'll put the camera down, should I say I'll put the video down and get the big camera out. And I said I'm going to put 200mm lens on it and see what we can get. Settings today for shooting the aircraft is F8, because we've got nothing close or nothing far away, so my chances of getting the picture sharp are at F8. 1,000th of a second, that will prevent any, should prevent any shake in the image. ISO 100, because it's nice and bright today, it's actually brightening up. But one thing you have to take into consideration is the sun when you're shooting. If you shoot around with the sun, like here, the sun is up here. If we shoot anywhere around this area with the sun, what we'll get is a silhouette of the aircraft. It's very difficult, and it can be very difficult to bring the shadows back on them either, as well, should I say. So you have to be aware of that when you're shooting. And then it's just sort of handheld, and I set the focus to AI servo, so it continually focusing as we're going along, and also at high speed shooting. So I just had to do a minute mile from right down there, right up here, because we spotted the BBMF. They were slightly early, coming from the west, should I say. So I made a run to get some pictures on the camera. Unfortunately, you were switched off by the time I got to the top here. I must have hit the off switch. Not to worry, they should be coming over again, and we should be able to get a picture of them both. It's the Spitfire, a Spitfire Hurricane and a Lancaster. and they're part of the BBMF, which is the Memorial Flight, Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, funded by the RF, I believe. And you can go and see them. I think it's Coningsby. Don't quote me on that, I'll check for you and put it in the description. You can go and look at these planes. Unfortunately, you can't fly them unless you're part of the crew. I don't know. I think they're coming back over. I can hear them. I can see them over there. I don't know whether you can see them. I'm going to get my big camera out. I'll put you down here and see what we can get. Oh wow, the Spitfire's flying past on its side now. Oh god, Spitfire, the Lancaster is flying past on its own, should we say. Oh, there's something about the Lancaster, the Avro Lancaster, that it gives you goose pimples when you see it. So what I might do is I might split this video into two, because there's just so much going on, there's so much, and it's such a different day from yesterday. Yesterday was dank and miserable and difficult to get pictures, but it's kind of really all about the story of being difficult to get pictures, whereas today is much easier to get pictures because we've got a drop of sun, we've got some lovely clouds, here, and it adds dramacy, adds dramacy, it adds a bit of drama to the image. Whoa, I can't even try to get that on camera. That is a tornado coming over. It's very, very noisy. It seems more noisy than the F-35B, but I don't know whether that's right or not, because the F-35B I've been close to, and it's very, very noisy close up. But here, you seem to be downwind of the noise, and it really sounds loud. So I don't know if you can see that the flaps have just gone in. It was doing what's the best way to put it? A hover. Let's see if I can get a shot. So one of my famous tips now, if I'm shooting sort of aircraft like this and I don't know the schedule or when they're going to be here, I will leave the camera on in the bag in power saving mode with the lens cap off, so all I need to do is pick the camera straight up out the bag and bang, away I go. The Canon cameras start up really quickly, so the minute you touch the button you can start taking pictures. So that's my tip, my famous tip for today, and it served me well a lot of times, although earlier on I was legging up there looking for my shot and you just get fingers and thumbs if you're not careful, but that's not the camera's fault. So the red arrows are doing their classic, I don't know if you see that, they roll over one another. Amazing, you see them coming out and stepping up on the end of the red arrows were the first to do it. That's just amazing, isn't it? It's amazing to see. It makes a great photograph. Okay, so we've got some late afternoon sunshine here. The red arrows have gone to regroup. I believe they might be about to do the RF100 logo. It's special for this year, being it's the RF100. It's exactly what they're doing. I'll spin you around. but that was the RF100. It's very difficult because they do it really high in the sky. Obviously it's clearly with your eyes, but I don't think it's so clear to see through the camera. So that's the red arrows. I believe next and last we've got the Spitfire Melee. So we have the Melee of Spitfires coming through now, a bit quick because I wasn't expecting it. Okay, weren't as many as yesterday. There was more up yesterday, that's a shame. So there was 18 up yesterday.